Hi, I want to talk to you about my small camper upgrade. Um, while I was working on the camper, I did discover, of course, some of my propane lines have been cut, which is fine because I did hook something up. This line right here is for the stove. I'm going to hook up all my propane the same way. It's going to be all from outside. All these other lines are going to go. As you can see, I have some doors here. I did find these for free. I believe it was on Craigslist, maybe Facebook. I believe it was Craigslist. And I'm going to use this and the insulation I have to repair the back wall. Of course, the hot water heater. I will have a propane line running through the wall here, hooked up, and then it can be connected outside. Now, another small camper upgrade I just got done was the small solar panel on the camper. As you can see, it's putting in power. And I did put the small inverter down here. I can put a bigger inverter, but I need to make sure this table will go all the way down and not hit the inverter or the wires, because this will end up being a bed. And like I said, I can put a bigger inverter down here. That's not an issue. I also have the 12 volt port and the 12 volt, not 12 volt, but the USB plugs right here. Now I do still have the other plug over there on my solar. Now I did keep these on here, so if I need to, I can hook up a set of jumper cables or something else, some kind of clamps to this, so I can hook up something else. Or if I get another battery, I can just use these and use some 2-gauge welder's wire to connect the two batteries. Like I said, this is a small upgrade. It's a small update. The trailer looks a real big mess. It's actually not that bad right now. I did have to move this and the cushions. It looks much better, of course, with the cushions and everything. Let's get these up here, and you can see it looks a whole lot better with the cushions on. And like I say, over here, there's not much here. The stove, of course, is right here. Like I said, it will be connected to this line. This line is connected up to a fitting that runs outside. It's a large fitting on one end, and on the other end is smaller. And I'll show you that. Let me grab that because I'm fixing to lock this up. Now, if you're going to do a small solar panel on your camper, it will take 1-inch screws to go from the frame, right here where the frame is, all the way up into the frame of your solar panel. And it takes 3/4-inch screws and a washer to go like here. You can see I missed my hole mark there, but here's the bottom. Now the wire is real interesting. I just pulled out one of these right here, drilled the hole bigger, and just ran the cable through there. And yes, this will close. Let me show you. Now this is the small panel. You can see this is a little bit warped. Right here. The panel's on pretty straight. Now if you want to make sure no water gets behind your panel, you can put some butyl tape around the top and come down a little bit with it. But remember, this has to let the heat out. Sounds like someone's playing in the park. Right here is the propane fitting that I was talking about. This is really long on one side and it's short on the other. So I have two of these, one on each side of this plate, and they're screwed a hell of a tight. So I can hook up a propane tank right here, leave it right here, and hook it up right here for the stove. And I'm going to be putting another one of these down here when I get the money up to buy another one for the hot water heater. And that way I don't have to, and of course I can cap this off when I'm going down the road where there's just a propane fitting cap. Of course, that means I will not need to rerun all the propane lines on the inside. All I have to do is hook something up like this. Alright, this is a very short camper update. And if you're going to put any larger solar panels here, I would re-brace everything on the top. Use some bigger screws possibly. Maybe even some nuts and bolts. And I would nut and bolt it all the way through instead of using screws to the frame if you could. Of course, you can use screws as long as you're getting into the center of the frame here. But as long as it is on the middle, on the side, the top, preferably the bottom, and like here and here where these metal beams are going through, that should be stable enough even for a larger panel. Maybe even two larger panels. I believe two 100-watt panels, possibly three, would actually fit on this right here. Let's make sure this is locked. Yep. And I will show you, I do still have the USB and 12-volt plug over here on my solar. Midnight being a stinker, he hates it when I leave the house. Right there. Alright, anyway, that's the small update. This is what I've been doing on the camper. And of course, I will be using the paneling to fix that back wall. I will also be using the insulation I already have for the back wall. But I figured I better get some power in there. That way when I'm using this, I can just plug it in out there when I'm not using it during the day, and it can be charging this back up. Because this thing does not hold a charge at all. I can use this for 10-15 minutes and the battery's already dead. The battery is bad, so I have to constantly keep it charged when I'm using it. And without power out there and it being so long of a run, and I really don't want my generator out right now, having power in there would be a good thing, even if it's just charging this up enough to where I can use it. Alright, that is the small upgrade on what I'm doing with the camper. And once again, you don't have to do anything like this. You're more than welcome to put solar on your roof, put larger panels up, more batteries if you want. Alright, that's it. I'm fixing to go. Everyone have a good day. Bye.